Okay, it's still just about morning, and we're going for a walk. I've come to up into the hills a little bit. You can't really drive that high up into the hills because after yesterday I thought it'd be really good to try and find some of the possible locations that the stones for Stonehenge actually came from. The bluestones are mainly made of two types of rock, spotted dolerite and rhyolite, and matches for both of those have been found around here. It's interesting considering how all rocks have like a fingerprint essentially, depending on the exact conditions they were formed under, and yet the archaeologists still seem reluctant to sort of 100% commit to saying these stones are from this particular place. But I'm quite confident that if the rocks match, then they must be from here. So there's two potential quarry sites up on this hill, and then another one down in the valley, which we'll probably drive to later, because it'd be a bit too long of a round walk. Yeah, I'm quite excited. Sort of read about these places for, ever since I've been interested in this stuff. I've never actually been. So, and it's still glorious weather. It's maybe not supposed to be so nice tomorrow, so today's definitely the day for it. So let's get going. So this is the first of our Stonehenge quarries, Carn Goa. I mean, the way the stones are sticking out of it, I'll take some close-ups in a bit. I mean, they look like you could just peel them off and build a stone circle, so let's get a bit closer. I mean, look at that. I can't remember if it's here. One of these places is supposed to be a stone that looks like it was actually worked and abandoned, like a Stonehenge bluestone. There's something just in front here. I don't know if this is going to be it. It'd be amazing if it was. Let's have a look. I mean, yeah. Is it this one? Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's just lying there. I mean, it could be, couldn't it? Or this one. Smaller one. Or maybe they just fall like that. Pretty incredible. So that's the first one. Definitely my favourite so far. Especially those blocks which are kind of uphill from the outcrop as well, which if they'd just fallen off, maybe you would expect them to be the other way. Also, there kind of thing is Warren Marn, where I was yesterday, where the destroyed circle was. Next, this is Carn Menin, which is the second of our candidates, and I believe this is the traditional sort of place where they believe that the bluestones came from, sort of found in the 1920s, maybe something like that. Certainly a lot bigger, and I guess it's ever so slightly closer to Wiltshire by a mile, maybe. Go and have a closer look. As we're walking there, what I haven't mentioned, although it may be quite obvious looking at this video, is how absolutely bone dry everything is. It's kind of terrifyingly dry for, what are we, early April, mid-April. I mean, every time I've seen footage taken up here or photographs, it's always just wet and miserable and everyone's getting soaked. And this is like being in Portugal or something. It's just bizarre. So we're at the foot of Carn Menin, here it is, and there's also this little chambered cairn here as well, which I didn't notice here because I hadn't looked at them. Well, it's not on the Ordnance Survey map. I think it's quite recently put forward to be scheduled. It's nice though, it's a bit collapsed, but pretty convincing. So So there's definitely more of these kind of Stonehenge sized, possibly partially worked stones here. Although this stuff, the way that it kind of weathers and fractures, you do kind of sometimes just get these shapes. So I've got to be careful. Okay, I'm right at the top now, and this possibly is the actual quarry site. It doesn't look natural the way these rocks are scattered, and it's this kind of flat plateau. So possibly this is the actual, yeah, and I'm sure this must be evidence of tool marks or whatever if they think this is it, but this looks like it could be it. I'm sure someone will point out if I'm wrong. Wow, imagine if the Stonehenge bluestones actually came from here. Right, I've done a bit of lunchtime reading. I think what all this boils down to is this. So at Stonehenge there are three, I suppose, main types of stone. There are the big sarsen stones with the lintels and all that come from the Marlborough Downs, or not Marlborough Downs actually, Savernake Forest I think it's called, near Marlborough, about 20 miles away. This year, last year I suppose, they discovered that the altar stone, which is this big sort of recumbent stone in the middle, comes from Scotland somewhere. They thought it might come from Orkney, but then now they don't know. But it would seem, weirdly, amazingly, that comes from Scotland. So that's that. Then you've got the bluestones. And the bluestones are various types of igneous rock that seem to come from mainly this bit of Wales. So the first place we went today, petrologically, so they matched the rock, the grain size, the chemical composition, all that stuff, seems to account for about 55% of the extant bluestones at Stonehenge. But I think the reason that they've only recently discovered that 10 years ago or so is because there's not a lot of archaeological evidence of quarry in there. Here, where we've just been, there's a lot of archaeological evidence for quarrying, back further in time than the time of Stonehenge, and also further forward in time, which kind of can confuse things a bit, almost up to modern times really. But it seems that petrologically, the stones from Stonehenge don't match the stones from up here. But this is only the stones made of spotted dolerite, which is a sort of a medium-grained igneous rock. There are other stones made of rhyolite, I think, which is a finer grained stone, and that's what we're going to see one of the possible sources for later, hopefully. It's weird. Nobody, though, really, it seems, well, everybody, it seems, is still kind of in Nigel Tufnell territory when it comes to Stonehenge and the bluestones. Okay, walking back along the ridge, and we've come across this. It's called something like Beth Arthur, and it's a kind of a horseshoe of stones. Prehistoric. Don't know what it was for. Sveno from afar. This is it. The rhyolite quarry. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some big blocks. You have to do the chemistry, I suppose. So, 3 potential sites the bluestones could have come from. Amazing. Whoa, my brain is frazzled from today. So I think this is going to be the end of today at least. So, see you soon. Hello. The weather has become much more Wales-like, as you can see from the sky, but that's okay. I'm going to go to St David's in a bit to have a look around there, but on the way we're going to Carrick Samson, which is a cromlech. I keep calling them dolmens, but in Wales they're called cromlechs, which is slightly confusing because in Brittany a cromlech is a stone circle, but in Wales, it's like a sort of burial chamber made of upright stones with a capstone on. So there you go. So there it is. Getting shot. There we go. It's a lot bigger than that actually. I'll try and get a bit closer. Again, it's got a massive capstone, and again, like quite a few around here, some of the uprights don't quite reach it. So is that, which is pretty amazing. They think there might have been a passage at one time leading up to this, which has kind of been taken away over the years. And beautiful views out behind to the, across the bay there as well. Really amazing. Massive organ pipes. So this is it. This is the last site we're going to come to. I've actually been here yesterday and the day before, so I've got some great photos of it in lovely sunshine and a load of proper video footage to use in another project. But there was always loads of people about, and there was a whole party of school kids there the first day, and then yesterday there was some braying idiots talking about how they'd stolen a whole eaten mess from the graduation ball dinner or something. So I thought I'd come back in the rain to show it to you, because it's obviously one of the most famous megalithic sites in Wales, sort of emblematic of megalithic Wales from prehistory and stuff like that. So this is Pentre Fan, very famous. It's very, very tall. It's actually only supported on 3 of those uprights. The sort of that blocking stone there in the middle isn't actually supporting it. And what you don't really see on the photograph so much, and it's a lot hard to see even on the video, but this earthwork sort of comes round, and then it's like a forecourt here, and then it goes all the way down this hill. So it's almost like a Cotswold 7 long barrow in a way, but it seems, well, the information board over there anyway says that there is a thinking that it never really had a complete covering mound, because it's such an impressive thing to look at. But I mean, I guess we'll never know. Obviously it's bluestone. The bluestone quarries are just over that ridge there. You can't actually see them. It is a really impressive site, and maybe coming in the rain. I guess the alternative would be to come very early in the morning or in the evening. But yeah, if you want to get it to yourself, come in the rain. I can just reach in the middle here. It is very tall. So yeah, I think that's the end of this series of videos in megalithic Wales. Hope you have enjoyed them. Check out some more stuff on the channel, like and subscribe and all that. But I think we will end this here. Goodbye.